welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassie and I am so grateful to have you here with me today. If you've never been to my channel before, we like to talk a little bit of motherhood. We like to talk a little bit of zero waste, minimalism, a little crunchy, we're a little granola. We like to follow our intuition with everything that we share. So if that resonates with you, I would love to have you join me. Hit the comments, hit the subscription, hit the like, you know, the fun things. I'm just grateful you're here watching with me. In today's video, we're just going to go over what we ended up getting my nearly two-year-old for Christmas this year. We like to follow a more open-ended play. We like to follow a little bit more of the Montessori and Waldorf approaches. We like to take a little bit of each and combine them to make them into our own style. So we're not very strict on one way or another. We try to stay away from screens. We try and stay away from bright, loud, colorful, chaotic toys. We just like them to be simple and easy for him to have imaginative play with. So we are gonna get into what we got him. Honestly, I'm just making this video because I am so nosy and I like watching everyone else's what they get their kids for Christmas, just to get ideas for myself. And I figured I would share what we got him as well, just for fun. But yeah, so we try, like I said, to stick to a more minimalistic approach, buying less toys that are more open-ended, that are higher quality, sometimes a little bit more expensive. We try and stay as like eco-friendly small business Canadian made as we can, but I do branch out in our brands and sometimes travel down to the States and find things. Sometimes I find them on a little winter's trip, you know. It's just trying to stick with a budget, but also trying to support local smaller businesses. First thing first, actually right behind me, we got him this Pickler triangle last Christmas and he is still obsessed with it at nearly 2 years old. The Pickler triangle is from the brand Kinderfeets. They are a very ethical smaller business I should say, and we really like supporting them. So we ended up going ahead and finding their balancing board. This is the large one. It can hold nearly 500 pounds. And it's not meant necessarily to go on the Pickler. They do have a slide that actually hooks onto these bars. This one is just meant to be standalone. So if you have a Pickler or you don't, it doesn't matter. You can have the balancing board. And it's like a traditional balancing board where you balance on it, but then you can flip it over and it's like a bridge or whatever. Sterling likes to hook it onto his Pickler and slide down it. And then he also likes to send his cars shooting down it. So he, so far in the last couple weeks since Christmas, has used all of the options that he can, and he's still exploring with it. I would say it is the most used gift that we have gotten him so far. And just like the Pickler was the most used gift that we got him last year. So going on with that open-ended play, we did get a few different things from the brand Sarah's Silks. So they're a little bit pricey for us to buy, mostly because we're in Canada, so the exchange rate and then the shipping really adds on to the cost of the silks themselves. But I love that they use more natural dyeing processes and they use 100% silk versus if I were to order them off of Amazon, there would probably be polyester. And in our family, we try and stick to more natural fibers such as cotton, linen, silk, wood, wood pulp, all those fun things. So I figured we'd pay a little bit extra. We just won't have as many. So the first thing I went with is the earth toned mini play silks, which are these four here. Absolutely stunning. Each of them has such unique dye and they're just beautiful. So we just got the mini pack. These are his first set of silks. He's played with them at a friend's house, but of course he's only nearing 2, so I figured this would be a great time because again, there's so many different options with imaginative play and he will be able to use them until he's 5, 6, 7, whenever he can just, whatever his imagining can bring up, he can use them. Eventually, I do want to add to our collection of Sarah Silks, but of course they're a little bit pricey, so they will be like Christmas, birthdays, special events, things like that. But yeah, so we started with those. With it came with one of their little dress-up scrunchies, which he is actually almost more obsessed with than the silks. He will wear it as a headband, he'll wear it around his arms, he'll wear it around his waist. But it actually came as a free gift, but I do believe you can buy them on the website as well. And then to go with it, we got this beautiful wood holder to hold the silks on his wall. I figured we would add pops of color into his room using the silks, and then they're also just easier for him to access and to notice and to see, so that they're easier and more accessible to be played with. And then also from Sarah's Silks, we ended up getting the Leo Waldorf doll. He currently has the baby doll from Love Every, and he loves it. It's his baby, he carries it, he kisses it, he gets us to kiss it. It's so stinking cute. But I am pregnant with our second baby right now, so I figured I would get him another baby that's a little bit bigger that he can carry with us when the next baby comes. So I gave it to him now just so that he has it, because he can get used to it. But I eventually, for his birthday, I want to get him like a baby wearing wrap, so that when I wear the next baby, he can wear his baby and he can feel connected in that way. And he can do everything with his baby that we also do with the younger baby that will be born in the summertime. So that was the main catalyst for me getting another Waldorf doll. I also just really like Waldorf dolls because they are so simple and they are so easy for him to use his imagination with. So those were my two favorite gifts that we ended up getting him. I'll go into what we got him in his stocking. We have not decided if we are going to do Santa yet. So this year we did do stockings, but we didn't really talk about Santa. I just kind of brought them out in the morning, like, oh, look at what we found behind the tree, and we didn't leave out cookies or anything. And I don't think it's a detriment to him yet, because he was only 20 months, I believe, at Christmas time. So I don't think he is going to remember this Christmas and remember that we didn't talk about Santa. But I did do stockings because we're undecided, so I just put things that we are small and that he needed. Like, I put socks, I put his diaper cream, I put some lotion, I put a few treats for him to like snack on. I put this little toy, which is a collaboration from the brand's Baby Einstein, which is a classic, and then Happy or Hap, I never know how to say it, but it's just basically a baby radio. And so when you turn it on and turn the dials, it plays whoever character you're on, it plays a different like Mozart song. And then if you press in the dial when it's on the character, it just makes the sound of the character. And then with that in the stocking, we also threw in some bubble bath. This is from the brand Bubble Whoosh. They are a local Canadian company. They're based out of Vancouver. I didn't know he loved bubble baths as much as he does. We typically just use Castile soap from the brand Earth Mama or Dr. Bronner's in his bath. So those don't tend to bubble up as nicely as a bubble bath does. But when we were visiting my mom, she just had like a traditional, not great brand of bubble bath, but we just used it and he was obsessed. So I figured I would find a little bit more of a non-toxic brand. The ingredients are not perfect, but they are pretty good compared to, like I say, a lot of mainstream bubble bath brands. And then it's just a powder, and then you just scoop out a tablespoon or two and throw it in the water. It turns the water a beautiful color. For this one, we got the plum scent, and it turns it into this magnificent blue. It's actually very close to the blue on the package. Has a beautiful smell, and it bubbles incredibly, and he's loving these. Next up, we have two things that kind of go hand in hand. One is from my mom, and then one is from us again. So the one from us is from the brand Mover. He has a few things from this brand, and you can find them at Winners quite often, and I believe they're a more ethical brand, but I haven't looked too deep into them. So let me know if you know more about this brand. But we got him this like chore set for toddlers. He loves to help me with chores. Like I said, we try to stay somewhat Montessori aligned, so my chores are his chores. We just make them smaller, more accessible for him. And this is a great addition to that. When I'm mopping, he can help mop, he can help wipe down counters, he can sweep. We typically don't sweep in our house. We tend to be more of a vacuum everything up house. I just have a stick vacuum. But for some reason, he is obsessed with the broom and the dustpan, and he has been like sweeping up a storm, which all the power to him. And then, like I said, they kind of go hand in hand. My mom ended up picking him up one of those fake vacuums for toddlers from Zellers, I believe. And it makes the sound, but it does not vacuum up anything. I believe the fake Dyson ones do. Ours just does not, which is not super Montessori aligned because they would ask that the vacuums actually work and just get them a smaller version of a real vacuum. But this honestly works just fine for us. I'm able to get my vacuuming done without him stealing the vacuum, and he just follows behind with his vacuum. But sometimes he turns it into a little bit of a game, and he thinks that he should ram his vacuum into mine. So a little chaotic, but I get a lot more done than when he was trying to vacuum with the big vacuum. And then the final two items that we ended up getting him were his Christmas Eve present. We have had a tradition in my family, and I believe a ton of families do this, is the Christmas Eve gift, which tends to be pajamas and a book. This year we ended up doing all my relatives, and it's from the brand Native Northwest. We have a few different books from this brand. They are Indigenous artists, Indigenous storytellers that are sharing their stories and their art with us. As we are based in Canada, it's really important to bring in that Indigenous history, our families and our cultures, and just not let it die. So we try to buy Indigenous art and Indigenous books so that we can share that with our son. And then also the artists and this brand are incredible. All of the books are so beautifully illustrated, and I could just stare at the pictures for hours. So I picked up another one of these, which was his Christmas Eve book. And then we just did, they're in the wash right now, so I cannot show you, but I'll put a picture. We did another pair of pajamas from Parade Organics, which is my absolute favorite company for pajamas and for pants for him. They are, again, a BC brand, I believe in Vancouver. And they 100% organic cotton. They have very ethical practices in their manufacturing and in their shipping, and they are great. They have no footies on the pajamas, which is fantastic. Sterling hates having footies on his pajamas now, so all of our pajamas going forward are footyless. I have another pair of those, which you can't go wrong with more pajamas. I hope this was entertaining for you guys to watch, and I'm so grateful if you are still here in the video. Please share down below if your child got anything similar to us or what they got, and if you want to add any of this to your child's wish list. I love, like I said, being nosy and seeing what other people are doing for their kiddos. But yeah, so grateful to have had you here, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.